Welcome to an instructional video for Elite Dangerous. So in another video I talked about using Commander Thrudd's Elite Dangerous trading tool, and someone asked for a little help understanding how to use the site. So here we go. For the purposes of this video, I'll start with what I used for that one, which was the trade calculator. Now this can be used in many different ways. The way I used it was to make a round-trip trading run. I'll show you that before moving on. So first I entered the system and station that I'm at. Then I entered my cargo capacity, the credits that I'm willing to spend, the minimum profit per ton I'm willing to make, and the maximum distance to the station from the jump point, which is handy for making quick runs like this, then the light year range that I'm willing to travel, and finally my ship size for docking purposes. Once I've done all that, I click on Calculate and browse the results. Before I continue with the instructions, let's go over the results list. The site automatically organizes the results starting at the most profitable. You can click on each of the headers to reorganize the results based off of that column. Here we have the starting system and station, followed by the light seconds that it is from the jump point. Underneath that, we have the price that we will pay for the commodity, followed by how long ago the site was updated with that information. Underneath that, we have the reported supply that the station has of that commodity. Next, in the commodity column, we have the quantity and the name of the commodity, followed by the galactic average price for it. On the destination side, we have the system and station, followed by the distance it is in light seconds from the jump point. Underneath that, we have the price that we can sell the commodity for, followed by how long ago the website was updated with that information. Underneath that, we've got the reported demand that station has for that commodity. Then we have the distance in light years from our current system to that system, followed by the profit per ton, followed by the total profit, and then this button at the end that will add our choice to our route plan. So we can see that Yamaquapa is the clear front runner on this list, so I'll click here and add it to my trade route. Now the next most profitable thing would be to go to this location. However, since this was a round trip plan, I'm just going to go back to my home city, which is right there. I'll click on this to add it to the route plan. And there we have the route that I described in the video. It's just a round trip, there and back, for 368,368 credits per round trip. Now, one of the other ways that we can use the trade calculator is if we know where we're going to be going. So in this example, I'm going to go from the system that I was in to our home system for my power, which is Limbava. I'll say any end station. I've already increased the maximum distance to the station because I know how far away that is, and then I'll click on Calculate. So in this instance, I've said, I know where I'm going. What can I bring with me that will give me the most amount of profit? This is very useful for if you already have a mission to take something somewhere and you want to maximize your profits for that trip. So in this, I've done that, and it says that the most profitable thing for me to take there would be some more indite. Now the next tab in the website is the Find Trades tab. Now this one works a little bit differently than the trade calculator because it looks for round-trip routes for you. However, it will only look for commodities that have been updated in the last 48 hours. So it's a little different from the trade calculator, but it does give you more options to choose from. You're not limited to starting at the system that you're at. To show you an example here, I'll use the same location I used at the last one, which was Faltise. And then I'm going to set the search range box out to 30 light years. We'll leave this the same. You'll also notice that this one has a couple of different things. It does not have the minimum profit per ton or anything like that. We'll leave the ship size at large and click on search. And then you can see here. So these are updated within the last 48 hours, so that's why they're in this list. You'll notice that the one that I just showed you is not in this list, and more's the pity, because that's a very profitable trade route. Now the next tab over from Find Trades is the Lists tab. As you can imagine, this is just to go for lists. This is for general information gathering. You won't use it for finding specific things. You'll use it for seeing general information. So let's start with system. I'm just going to use the same system that I've been using this whole time with just Valtis, and we'll query the server, and then we can see here we've got each of the possible docks. If we scroll down further, it starts listing the docks and everything that was reported to them. So here's the sell price of explosives. This is what the demand is, whether or not you can buy it from them, or the buy price. If you can buy it from them, then it'll have the supply amount and what the galactic average is and the last time it was updated. So this hasn't been updated in a very, very long time. If we continue scrolling down here, we get to the next one, and so on and so on. So the Lists tab very much does exactly what it says it does. It's lists. We can go and look for commodities we want to sell. Let's say I just got done with a trade route. I can't find a place to sell my advanced catalyzers, and we can click on here. You can of course select from any of the commodities, and we can put in a max range right there and whether or not to exclude outposts. Since we're going based off of the video that I made on trading, we will need to exclude outposts, since I was flying a Lakon Type 7, and that is a large ship. If we do query here, you can see that it gives us the distance from us, the location, the sell price, what the demand level is at, what the demand amount is at, what the galactic average is, and the last time it was updated. Now this is by distance. Of course, if you wanted to organize it by sell price, you can certainly click on that, and that's low to high, that's high to low. There we go. So it'll tell you the difference in those. So this was 107 light years away. I believe the minimum one was closer to 14. So that's selling commodities. Of course, buying commodities works exactly the same. Your current system, current commodity you're looking for, whether or not you want to exclude outposts, and click on query. Now it'll show you the buy price, the supply, the amount they have on hand, the galactic average, and the last time it was updated. And that is the Lists tab. Alright, so the next tab after the lists is going to be the search tab. If we switch over to that, we can see here that you can use this to find services, commodities, factions, allegiances, government, economy, the whole 9 yards. So first of all, I'm going to choose my current location. We'll keep using the same old Valtis there. And then we can say what we're looking for. If we're looking for a particular commodity, we can search for station buying or station selling, and of course once you select that, same old drop down that allows you to select the commodity. So this is very handy for those missions that you get where it says, hey, bring us advanced catalyzers as soon as possible. You can come in here, search filter commodity, station selling, advanced catalyzers, put your current location, click on search, and it will tell you that location. Of course, has to be within the search range box there. So there we go. So if I was going based off of, just trying to get the fastest thing, then I could look at this and say, all right, well, there is something that is 23 light years away. Now here's the important thing here that we went over before, which is the distance in light seconds from the jump point. So our tomb here is 2,107 light seconds away from the jump point. That's a fair click. Whereas Sanctuary in our tomb is only 457 light seconds away from the jump point, and the price is fairly comparable. It's actually less. So we could go there and get the advanced catalyzers that we're looking for. Now let's take off the commodity and let's do a different search. So let's say I'm looking for places that have outfitting. So I can put the outfitting on there, do that for a large ship, and click on search. And that'll give you the list of places that have outfitting. Now it is not organized by distance. So if we click on distance here, then we can get what is the closest location that has outfitting like that. Or say shipyard. Now we're still in the station services. So pretty much, I mean, it's self-explanatory at this point. You can see which services you're looking for. If you're looking for a black market, we can click on that and click on distance here. There's the closest black market to us. So let's get done with the station services and move on to faction names. So faction name, pretty self-explanatory here. You type in the name of the faction you're looking for and then click on search, and it gives you the results there. I don't have a faction off the top of my head that I can search for, so you'll just have to take my word that that's how the system works. All right, then we'll switch over to allegiances. So if we want to see the closest alliance to Valtes, we can click on search there. Of course, no results because Valtes is kind of buried. Let's go up to 100 light year range. Click on search. Still nothing. Let's go 150 light years. There we go. All right. And of course, if we reorganize by that, we can see that the closest alliance to me is 125 light years away. This is very useful if you're doing a kill warrant scanner on enemies. You pick up a bounty for, say, the alliance, and you don't know how close the alliance is to you. You can come here, do a search for the alliance, your current location, and it'll tell you. All right, next we have on the tab here, government. So we switch to that, you can see here. So if you're looking for a particular type of government for whatever reason, there's the list there. So for example, if we are looking for a corporate government close to Valtes, you can click on search there and then switch by distance, and there's the closest place to Valtes that has a corporate government. And then finally here we've got the economy option. So for example, if we're looking for a system that has an extraction economy, we can click on search like that and then reorganize by distance, and there's the closest one to us that has an extraction economy. All right, so after the search tab, we've got the rares tab. We'll click on that. So the way the rare goods work is that they give you more value depending on how far you've gone with them from the point of their origin. So they're best sold 130 to 160 light years from their point of origin. However, they're usually in very, very low quantities. So the way you use the rares search in this is we put in our location. Once again, I'll just keep on using good old Valtes. And then we'll click on show table. Now this is going to give me the list in distance, so the closest rare to me would be here, the Momus Bog Spaniel. There's the price, there's the distance from me, there's the location, there's the distance from jump in, and there's their allegiance. Once again, all of these columns are sortable, so if you wanted to look for something based on the name, you could do a search like that. Based on the price, distance from you, of course, if you wanted to reverse that for whatever reason, you can do that. The location by alphabetical order, distance from jump in. So some of these are quite large. Look at that in light seconds. That is over 1 million light seconds in. Probably not going to get used that much. But there's the list of currently found rares in the system. So you could make quite the trip of going from place to place. And of course, you know, as you pick up one, you'd want to redo this search based on that one to find the next closest one, because of course all of these are in order of distance from Valtice, not from each other. But you could use that along with the you know, the trade calculator or something like that to make yourself a route and jaunt around the galaxy getting rares and then selling them once you get more than 130 light years away from the point of origin. And that's the extent of my knowledge on the website. Now, of course, once you start using it, once you make a profile and everything, you'll be able to, you know, do the updates on those stations. You'll be able to contribute, change prices, things like that. You know, that's how it gets updated. It's all community based, so you know, it doesn't update automatically. People have to actually come to the website, use it, update it, that sort of stuff. If you want to hear more about that, I'm glad to help with that. Just give me a comment down in the bottom and I will do another video on how to update the pricing on Thrudd's Elite Dangerous trading tool. That's it for this episode of the Elite Few. Thanks for watching. Join us next time when the topic will be something else. And as always, when it comes to trading in Elite Dangerous, keep those credits rolling.